Hey guys, I just tried to do a live chat from the Miss Mensa channel and I had one person come to it. So I'm trying to find the link to it because when I link what I have, that doesn't work for anyone. If anyone can find it, not the one that has the Darlie Routier one, that's the old one. I'll keep looking here because I had it last night. I should be able to find it. I guess if I can't find it, no wonder you guys can't find it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. So how many of you read the book People of the Lie? And also the book, what was the other one? In Sheep's Clothing. The address thing just says YouTube. It says studio, so that's not going to work. I need to somehow find, I need to find it. Let's see. How can I find it? Okay, let's see. I know what I'll do. Oh, I don't really want to do that. The two videos that I have up so far are actually for Patreon, and they're pretty detailed. So I don't want to put those up on YouTube at all. So have you guys been thinking about the whole issue of whether or not Christopher West's wife was being gaslighted by his sister-in-law and his mother-in-law? And if so, what do you think so far? I'm still trying to find the link. Sorry. I'm sitting here just staring, clicking through. There should be a thing that says the public site or something like that. I don't know what it's called. Okay, here's the dashboard. Yeah, it doesn't have anything. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe I could do it this way. Okay, I think I have an idea. Let's see here. Videos. Live. Okay, I figured out how to do a link. Okay, let's see here. This'll work, I think. I think I figured out a way to show you guys how to get to the channel. Okay, if you go to this video, click on this video, and then click on the words Miss Mensa, and that'll take you to the channel. I think. It's anybody's guess. Okay, so here's the thing. What if Christopher Watt's sister went to the house? What if she knew that Christopher Watt's wife was super hyper vigilant, freaky, claiming the girls had allergies? And what if she got a bowl out, filled it with nuts, and put it right on the counter? Right, the one that has 151, I'm not able to access, so the videos just sit there. It's the one with 38 subs. That's the one that we're going to do live chats on. Lydia says, it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing about this case does. I can't understand why CW doesn't want to tell the truth, and they are reluctant to seek help for him. All right, little star, 39 subs. Christy subbed. All right. Well, let's think about that. You know, when different people have contacted me with different information, it'll be like an aha moment where, wow, that makes total sense. It explains some of the confusion, da da da, right? This new information and recognizing the fact that as soon as help was on its way, right, then his sister contacted her friends and they brought the circus to town. So ask yourself, why on earth would they not have wanted a lawyer for their son? Lydia said, are we joining something? It's the other channel. There are a couple of creeps who are trying to shut down my channel. They're pissed because they're accusing me of making money on it, which I'm not. So they think it's a good idea to mess with the channel. Because, you know, they know everything. They're so smart. They've got it figured out, boy. Well, if help was on the way, as far as I could tell, his mother seemed to want a lawyer for him. His father seemed to want a lawyer for him. And as soon as a lawyer offered pro bono, then their daughter contacted her friends, who are all deeply entrenched in the crap on YouTube and Facebook, and the circus came to town. So ask yourself why. Why wouldn't she want her brother to have a lawyer? Why on earth wouldn't she want her brother to have a lawyer? And why is it that Cindy Watts is the one always getting attacked while her daughter's telling her to stay off social media? Why is it, according to Cindy Watts, that the lawyers flew all the way to North Carolina to tell her to stay off social media, and her daughter knew they were coming and never told her? Why? Why is it that Christopher Watts' sister has the direct phone numbers to attacker channels? Why? Why did Shanann's mother say in her letter to the police that she called her mother and said, "Mom, I'm getting tag teamed. They're tag teaming me"? Why is it that Cindy Watts told me that when she went to get her hair done, that in a little bit less than an hour, that her daughter-in-law called her up just screaming, "Who's going to take care of the kids? You've been gone too long"? But when Ronnie told the story, he said it was 5 hours or 5 or 6 hours, and that Cindy didn't have her phone, so she was calling him. Why is there such a big difference in how they tell that story? Did she call either one of them? DG says, who cares if they were driving her crazy? Well, I would think if you care about Bella and Cece that you would care. If Bella and Cece had a mother who needed some help, she sure as hell didn't need to have a mother-in-law and a sister-in-law who were trying to drive her crazy. How is that irrelevant that one of them is saying 1 hour and the other one is saying 5 or 6 hours? One of them is saying her phone, the other one is saying his phone. How is that irrelevant? If it was the Ruse saying two different stories, we'd be talking about it, right? Gina says, I thought about the Southern charm and feel like that's spot on. I think that's exactly what happened. Hi, Mrs. Fluffer. I thought of you today when I noticed that I do have a little bit of salt in my pepper. I thought you might get a kick out of that. Good thing I'm tall. Most people can't see it, right? But I'm wearing my hair in like a side ponytail. And when I put it in the side ponytail, I'm like, oh, I do see a little bit of salt. So I was careful exactly where I put my side ponytail. Paul says, hi guys, is this the Shiner Central? Loved the impressions. LOL, lots of love. DG says they had a mother who was killing them slowly with medication and then ended up suffocating them, so they were right. They were not right if they were purposely gaslighting her. Absolutely not right. Bumblebee said, I thought you said that Jamie dropped the kids off. Yes, Cindy told me the story that Jamie dropped the kids off, that everything was fine before Jamie got there, and shortly after Jamie left, then her daughter-in-law had her meltdown. Here's another story that's different. Cindy said they drove to Myrtle Beach expecting to be able to see Bella and Cece. It had been planned. They had their hotel room. They got to the hotel. They checked in. They contacted their son and waited for the call. And then they found out they weren't going to be able to see Bella and Cece. But then NK in her interview said that when Christopher went to the rental that his parents had at Myrtle Beach, that there was a note on the door saying that they were down at the beach. That's a totally different story. Why? Why are those two stories so different? So how many of us listened to the story about how poor Ronnie and Cindy drove all the way to Myrtle Beach and nobody bothered to tell them they weren't going to be able to see Bella and Cece until after they got there? DG says, so are you actually saying that gaslighting equals a mother with Munchausen or bringing her to Munchausen or making her become a Munchausen mom? When did I ever say that? Right. It isn't an all or nothing, remember? It isn't it's either black or it's either white. It's another piece of information. Many of us believe that it seems pretty apparent that Christopher Watt's wife needed some help, right? She didn't need a mother-in-law and a sister-in-law who were playing mind games with her. And you know what? All the people who have hung on the phone with Cindy to encourage her, to let her know she had a lot of support out here, right, in the true crime community, we didn't deserve or need to have anybody gaslighting us either. DG says, so you think they drove to the beach expecting to be told they can't see them? I never said that either. It's interesting how you're posting comments tonight, DG. Just a basic 101 of how we do our live chats here. We talk about our own opinions, right? Paul T says, completely agree, Lydia. So let's see what Lydia said here. Lydia says, everyone in both families totally failed Bella and Cece. Even now, they don't show any concern or interest in getting justice for them. The R's and the W's are only interested in making plenty of money. Well, I'll say this. I never thought that the Watts were interested at all in making money. And maybe they're not. But it sure does seem to me like their daughter is. And it sure does seem to me that she's connected to a lot of people who are known scumbag attackers. When that circus came to town, right on the heels of those lawyers offering to help, pro bono, I said it right then and there that this has something to do with the daughter. And guess what? It was confirmed. And if you learn about the whole gaslighting thing, all of this time, the ruse have been right out front and center in your face, right? Saying right what they think, right? Well, the Watts have held back, right? Because remember, Christopher Watt's sister wants to stay in the background. She wants to stay in the background because she has children. Really? So does every person who's been getting harassed. Stay in the background? Really? What, texting the scumbag attacker channels? Planning with some of the scumbags how to make some money off this case? While innocent people are being harassed on social media? Yeah, I think we'd all like to stay in the background, wouldn't we? And what is she telling her mother? What is she saying to her mother? Mom, stay off social media. Stay off social media. Stay off social media. Really? That's interesting. Does Cindy know any of this shit's going on? Kelly, Shannon, Chrissy, all this crap. Kim, Lana. I mean, come on. I wonder if Cindy even knows that Ronnie went to Colorado. But there I go again. In the default mode of thinking Cindy's naive. I'm thinking that the Watts are far less naive than even the Ruse, and I don't think the Ruse are naive at all. Mrs. Fluffer says maybe Jamie was there the night of the murders and she started with it in NC. Who knows what her and CW talked about? You know, a lot of people have been saying that, and I keep saying, no way, no way, no way. Have we figured out yet who Christopher Watts was talking about when he said she wasn't supposed to be there? I do declare, I think we've been getting lied to, ladies. I think, I think that with a beautiful Southern Belle accent, that we've been getting lied to for 2.5 years. You know, we've been spending 2.5 years talking about this case and thinking, oh, Cindy's just so naive. Ronnie's just so naive, right? Well, maybe they are. Maybe they're naive to trust their own daughter. Maybe that's what they're really naive about. I wonder if going to Colorado was actually their daughter's idea. Lydia says the scumbags are always attacking and threatening me. They opened a YouTube account using my name also. Well, Lydia, I want you to know something. I highly doubt Jamie gives a shit. Because, you know, she wants to stay in the background because she has children. I loved it when people last time said, well, it's behind a private paywall. So it's really private, you know. Yeah, paywall, keywords. Keywords, paywall. Have any of you taken a look at the Slayer statute? Have any of you taken a look at the $6 million judgment? Consent judgment, yes, but it's still a judgment. So they're raising money on his name? Really? That's interesting. Private Pirate says, if your supposition regarding gaslighting is true, it supports the narrative that SW was on the verge and eventually broke, committing murder-suicide. Well, this is what I think. I remember the day that I was contacted by certain someones who insisted that they had direct knowledge that there was an open CPS case. When I was first handed that information, I took a look at the case and I thought, oh my goodness, that fits everything, right? It's like, oh, it all became clear, right? Every once in a while, little bits of information comes along and it fits. It just fits. Instead of trying to smoosh that puzzle piece in, right? It just fits without having to smoosh it or bend it or whatever, right? If Cindy and Jamie were pulling the Southern Belle bullshit on Shanann, then no wonder she called her mother and said they're tag teaming me. No wonder she called her father and said, get me the hell out of here now. No wonder she was crying and shaking. No wonder. And if they were pulling the Southern Belle bullshit, then Christopher Watts knew it. He knew what was going on. He knew what they were made of. Because the Southern Belle bullshit is Mean Girl 101. And if they were mean girl to his wife, I almost said girl and two at the same time. If they were mean girl to his wife, then he used them to also push her over the edge. The whole mean girl thing, it's another puzzle piece that you don't have to push into the open space, okay? And it makes the picture become even more clear, the total picture. And like I've said a few times already, it isn't all or nothing. It isn't like a flip flop. It isn't like a black or white, one way or the other at all. And it isn't my way or the highway. This is a discussion. So, like, you can totally disagree with me. That's okay. Just be nice. But it's another puzzle piece because I think it's pretty obvious by looking at those videos and looking at those posts that she put on social media that she wanted help, that she needed help, that she was suffering. And if there are a couple of women who think it's to play Southern Belle bullshit on her, well, guess what? They were playing with fire, and shame on them if that's what they did. Shame on them. And you know what? Ronnie, too. Because every Southern Belle mean girl has a husband standing there watching what they're pulling. Granted, they might work a lot of hours or work on the lawn a lot. Because if you've ever met a Southern Belle mean girl, pretty much their husband kind of stays quiet and out of the way. But they know damn well what their wives are pulling, and shame on them for not expecting better. Mrs. Fluffer said, I also think Jamie and Cindy Watts were trying very hard for SW to leave CW. It was a plan. I had that many years ago with a family. Nurse Tara said they drove her nuts. She was already breaking down because her life was a facade and she was broke, but nobody knew it besides NA. She loaned her money that fateful night, too. I missed a birthday. Hold up here. I'm scrolling. I see Paula saying hi. Here we go. Here it is. Hi, Just got home from my birthday seafood dinner from my family. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Paula. Seafood dinner is the best. Okay, everybody, look at Paula now. It's time to sing. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to sing. But happy birthday, Paula. How cool is that? An almost February birthday. So we'll let you in the club. Are you a Pisces? I bet you are because you're really friendly, and Pisces are friendly. Daisy Days says the last thing you do with someone like that is antagonize them. It's actually dangerous. It's dangerous. And you know, with what we've learned in the last couple of days, it sounds kind of like a broad stroke here, but I'm going to go ahead and paint a broad stroke. I think we've all been getting gaslighted for 2.5 years. Wench, ain't I so funny, says the tag teaming thing was such a random thing just to say, so it must have been going on. SW had severe mental issues, I think, but the tag team thing would have amplified her already mental state. Oh, wench, ain't I so funny as a Pisces? And Paula says, yes, Pisces. Very cool. Oh, Christy too. Oh my gosh. Maybe we should rename the other channel the Pisces Club with a few Aquarius types. I won't call us the water sign though. Boy, I made that mistake one time. It's the water symbol, not the water sign. Nurse Tara said yes, she needed support and she had none from CW. He stopped caring and she knew it. Sandy says, happy birthday, Miss Paula. DG says, I'm sorry, I don't agree with the pity party for Shannon. Here's another Pisces. Wow. Amanda says, Southern Belle here. LOL, lots of love. I speak with a strong Southern dialect, and yes, you are right. We can say things that sound sweet as honey, but is actually dripping with venom. Sandy's on the cusp, Capricorn and Aquarius. Private Pirate says, happy birthday, Paula. Shalina says, DG, it's not a pity party. It's a realization of the whys. Exactly. I don't think anything that we've said is a pity party. Paula said, I knew JW didn't mail those engagement invitations, the dirty sneak. Well, I'll tell you, I got the story straight from Cindy. And I actually had a call from somebody who was actually there, she claimed. Who knows? Maybe it was one of Jamie's scumbag attacker friends. I don't know. Saying that there were no empty seats and there were no empty place settings. But you know how I've asked the question, why on earth was everybody focused on that stuff, right? But if they were being gaslighted for 8 years straight, then that would have been when they would have definitely wanted to be heard. So that would explain it. That's what I'm saying about the puzzle pieces. It makes sense. It makes total sense. Now, had Jamie actually stayed in the background because she's worried about her babies, then maybe I'd still be buying into the whole, aw, they were such a nice family. But with what I've seen in the last couple of days alone, let alone the last 4 months, I don't think so. I think they knew damn well that Christopher Watt's wife needed help. And I think that's exactly why we get conflicting stories. Because I think they were being mean girls to Shanann. And I think this bullshit in the last 2.5 years, for Cindy to say that her daughter knew that the lawyers were coming to town, flying in from Colorado, and she didn't tell her mother? And then to say to her mother over and over again, stay off social media? Really? Why? What's she going to see on social media? And then isn't it kind of odd that the harassment and the hatred is against Cindy, but you don't see anything going on against Jamie? Do ya? You don't see anything going on against Ronnie? You know, we're all hearing over and over again and saying over and over again that Shanann was jealous of Jamie, right? She was jealous of Jamie. Well, guess what? Maybe it was Jamie who was jealous of Shanann. Private Pirate says, I think it is possible the Watts started out with good intentions, but after putting up with SW's BS for years, they were just fed up with her and didn't bother to make an effort with her. I thought that for 2.5 years, Private Pirate, that they started off with good intentions and that they did their best, right? But Jamie got fired from the bridal party for a reason. What was it? What really happened? Did she really put a bowl of nuts on the counter? Did she laugh with Cindy afterwards? Real Justice said that FJ never met Bella before Shan's trip to North Carolina in 2018, so chances are high JW never met Bella before July 2018 too. Hence no pics of Jamie and Bella. I have a picture of Jamie and Bella, and Frank, Jay, and Jamie both met Bella when she was a baby, but neither one of them had met Cece before the trip in 2018. Murphy's Law, is it your birthday today too? We have 2 birthdays in here. Happy birthday. Another Pisces. Alicia Marie says Ronnie's interview after Chris told him what happened was so odd. No emotion at all. I thought the interview was before he knew what happened, but nope. We have another birthday. Murphy's Law. Everyone say happy birthday to Murphy's Law. Real Justice says, you sure, Mensa? I have a picture of Jamie with Bella. And I think that FJ was actually living there for like a month or a month and a half after Bella was born. It was Cece that neither one of them had met until Shanann went to North Carolina in 2018. Nola Girl says, happy birthday, Murphy's Law. Wench, ain't I so funny, says, happy birthday, Murphy's Law. Oh, Alicia had a birthday too on the 6th of March. Another Pisces. Curious C says, happy birthday, ML. And Real Justice, that's another thing, oh, here's a picture, but, be careful. Make sure you don't put the picture of Jamie up. Yeah, everybody protect Jamie. Well, she has the phone numbers of the scumbag attacker channels trying to throw Miss Mensa under the bus. Paul said, did everyone live at the house at some point? There were a lot of people staying there. Nola Girl says, RW is hard to understand. I've talked to him on the phone, though. He speaks very clearly. So I know everyone's saying that he's going like and stuff, but when he talked on the phone, he talks just fine. Casey says, as someone who lost a daughter to murder, I've seen firsthand that sometimes the in-laws are jealous of the daughter-in-law or the sister of the brother causes issues. Real Justice says, Mensa, at 8 p.m., I'm blowing this case wide open on my channel. Woo! Tell us what? Tell us what? Give us a hint. What time? 8 p.m.? So we only have, 18 minutes before we have to run over to your channel? Come on. Give us a hint. I don't know how to screen share yet. Otherwise, I'd screen share it. Oh, Real Justice is going to free CW. Wow, YouTube's getting pretty powerful. If you can free CW from YouTube. Shalina says, nope, Lydia says, Casey, so sorry for your loss. DG says, isn't that what families do? No, not when you have two little girls. No. No, the time for that was back in 2010 at that barbecue. After the barbecue, maybe they should have sat him down and said, what are you thinking? But they didn't. There were two little girls who deserved to have a mother who was being supported and helped by their grandparents and their aunt. The mean girl crap is never okay. Real Justice says reasonable doubt is established. Is that the hint? Real Justice says that cops manufactured fake videos using Nosy Nate's camera. How is that going to get him out of prison? Because the whole discovery stuff, that's just partial evidence, right? Is there more, hopefully, that you're going to be saying? Because I don't think that's going to do anything. Shalina wants to know, Real Justice, if you're okay, or no, if I got it backwards. Shalina wants to know if Lana is okay with Real Justice freeing Lana's meal ticket. LOL. Lots of love. You know, it's different if, like I've said this before, even before this new information, if they didn't have kids, whatever. But if Cindy and Jamie, or if even just Jamie on her own, was doing the mean girl shit, then shame on her. Because Bella and Cece didn't need to have their mother crying and shaking and upset and saying to her father, "Get me the hell out of here now." Veronica says there's a JW in my family, just glad we live 800 miles apart. Christy agrees with Daisy Days. Let me scroll up and grab Daisy Days' comment. It must be way up there, or else I missed it. There it is. Normal families keep the peace for the sake of the kids because you want to keep seeing them. Normal people, if you know that somebody is struggling, normal people don't play mean girls when they're in their 30s. Jamie was in her 30s. If she's still doing mean girl at that point, there's something wrong. Oh my goodness, Casey, that's terrible. Cosmo says, in my opinion, mean girls lack compassion at the very least. Shalina makes a good point. You know, we talked about the distancing and the isolation, right? Well, if you have a sister-in-law, seriously. Oh, I started to say that earlier about the information. How many parties did they have? You know, Cindy even sent me photos of the food that they made. So here I've been for 2.5 years discounting all of those claims, right? Like, yeah, right, whatever, yeah, right, whatever. Well, guess what? Now I believe them based on the information from the last couple of days. I believe it. I believe it. Shalina says it feels weird to switch my theory so late into this. I don't think it's switching a theory. I mean, you might be switching your theory. I'm not switching my theory, but there's more information to show. I think there's more to the story than what we've been discussing for 2.5 years. Now, Mama, you stay off Facebook. Now, Mama, you stay off YouTube. Now, Mama, just make sure nobody uses my picture. I wonder if her mother knows that she's planning to create a podcast behind a paywall. I wonder how long she's been planning this. And you know, the other part that really irritates me is how many of us actually had such a supportive, encouraging position, right? For everything Watts, right? Poor Cindy, poor Cindy, poor Cindy. Well, you know what? If Cindy is that naive that her own daughter is buddy buddy with the scumbag attackers, then it's time for her to stop being so naive. Yes, allegedly with Brittany says, you know, they say it's the quiet ones you have to watch out for. Not even just being quiet, right? But doing that Southern Belle routine, I'm sorry. That's like a new layer to it, right? Casey, I agree with you. Casey says, I think they kept it quiet and it's been planned for a long time now. They know Chris can't make money off the crime, so they're worried about their appearance because they want money from the case. I agree with you. I think this was planned before the attacks started against many of us in the true crime community. The people who they've been connected to for the entire time, I think, have been gaslighting right along with them to present the appearance that it's the ruse who are in your face, right? Well, they're just the little innocents who are sitting there, you know, bullshit. Bullshit. I'll say it the Mensa way, the Miss Mensa way. Bullshit. I like that, Nurse Tara. Days of our lives. Exactly. As the scumbag attacker's world turns. Nola Girl says, I missed a few lives and I'm lost. Okay, Nola Girl, we had a little homework assignment. I'm just saying, sorry, that sounds so silly. I sound like armchair defective there. But I suggested that everybody reads a book called In Sheep's Clothing, and then a second book called People of the Lie, and actually a third book called A Woman's Worth. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you might want to try to pick those up. A Woman's Worth, People of the Lie, and what was the third one? A Woman's Worth, People of the Lie, and In Sheep's Clothing. Paul, you're funny. I want one of those big fuzzy microphones too. And I'll wear fake glasses when I have to read a script. Nola Girl is giving us some Jamie speak here. I'll try to read it. Y'all read 3 books? Sorry, that wasn't that good. I don't know if anyone read even one of them, but they're really good books. So at least check them out, like on Amazon or Kindle. And I think I'm not sure with the whole lockdown thing, how you could get it from the public library too, if you want. But what we're talking about is covered in the books People of the Lie and In Sheep's Clothing, because we've had some new information in the last couple of days and we're beginning to realize we've been gaslighted for 2.5 years. What? DG says, so how would the Watts family have approached to Dan by hotel in her, what? To get help, tell me how that would have been. I don't know what your comment means. Casey says, I believe that Cindy is always playing victim, but in reality, maybe it may be her who is the main abuser. See, I don't think it's a one person thing. For Shanann to say to her mother that she was being tag teamed, I think that the reason, this is just my opinion, after what we've seen happen in the last 4 months especially, and I knew it, and I said so. And everyone's like, what? Are you kidding? No way. And I'm like, I'm telling you, my gut feeling, my gut tightened when I talked to Jamie. My gut tightened. I knew it as soon as that circus came to town because they had help available. They had a lawyer offering pro bono. And within 24 hours, Jamie's friends brought the circus to town. And Kim confirmed it. Don't you think it's interesting that Cindy's the one person being harassed and attacked? Well, nobody has said a word about little precious Jamie. No one's picking on Ronnie. It's always Cindy this and Cindy that. Well, her own daughter is saying, Mama, stay off social media. Yeah, that way maybe Mama won't see how she's the one of the 3 getting attacked all the time. That live chat that she texted the scumbag attacker, and I keep saying, how did she have his number? Why was she even watching? Right? I mean, after all, she wanted to, stay in the background because she had babies. She was worried. She was worried about her family. Well, to hell with all of us who have been getting harassed for 2.5 years, huh, Jamie? How did she have that scumbag attacker's phone number? Why was she watching that live chat? And why on earth were they on such comfortable, wonderful speaking terms that she was texting him during the live chat? What, she sat there listening while they were bashing her mother, bashing her mother. And she's texting him? Really? Well, isn't that interesting? Yeah, Jamie, that's pretty interesting. Sandy says 3 books? They're very fast reads, okay? And they're good books for you to have on your bookshelves. You guys want to hear my Scarlett O'Hara, don't you? I do declare. Did she say that to Rhett or no? I think it was Rhett, Rhett. Oh. Didn't she fall down the stairs or something? Oh, that just reminded me of something. I almost forgot. Not that that's funny, but it reminded me of Princess Diana, which reminded me of Meghan Markle, which reminded me of this channel. I found a really good channel for those of you interested in the Harkles or whatever you call them. And here is the link. I wanted to remember to put it in here. Copy and paste. Here's a really good channel, man. This guy does a full series on narcissism, and he just breaks down every move that the Harkles have made, and it is so interesting. Lydia says, you remind me of Scarlett O'Hara. Yes, one of my favorite movies too, Veronica. Nola Girl says, Kay Cooper, everyone says it's a New York accent. Real Justice says, your mama one is better, miss. Mama, mama. Well, in case you guys can't tell, I'm just a little bit pissed. So I'm getting a little bit spunky here. I didn't see Wally today. Was she good? I didn't. I was busy. Oh, I bet she's spitting feathers. I love, she'll say some of the most, oh my goodness, she'll, like, you don't know what's going to come flying out of her mouth, right? And then she'll go, that's just my opinion. I love her. Yeah, Wenchi and I, so funny. That's Yankee Wally. Shalina says, this has been such an eye opener that Mensa even apologized to the R's. Well, I think I started to say, you know what, if we find out blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, screw it. We've found out enough already. And I went ahead and said, I am sorry. Because you know what? I did not have an open mind enough to take into account the possibility. Like, I was actually thinking more all or nothing, right? And that's not okay, because why would she have said they're tag teaming me? That's so out of, that's so random, right? So I figured, why wait to apologize? Nola Girl says, damn, I missed a lot. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Rusak, not their son, because he's been mean to me, or whoever's using his profile has been. I think we all try to have an open mind, right? And I think that we need to be careful to try to have an open mind, because I've just, for 2.5 years, I've discounted it all, going, yeah, right, whatever. And I kept asking the question, why is everyone focused on the wedding? Well, I'll tell you why. If you read In Sheep's Clothing, and if you read People of the Lie, it makes sense. Because if they have been gaslighted for years, and if we've been getting gaslighted for 2.5 years, then it makes sense. They're going to want their voices to be heard. Because people who are being gaslighted definitely want to make sense of what's going on, right? They want to make sense. I mean, look at Christopher Watt's mother-in-law's letter. It goes on and on about the wedding. It goes on and on about the nut meltdown. It's like she was being gaslighted vicariously through her daughter. And personally, We sit here and talk for 2.5 years about how we need to be able to discuss issues of public concern, right? Public issues, right? Well, it's a huge flippin' issue. If there's a woman in her 30s at the time pushing and pushing and prodding and playing with the emotions of a mother who was struggling, a mother of young children who was struggling. And doesn't it shine a new light, no pun intended, on that letter that supposedly Christopher Watts wrote and left with his sister? I'm sorry. I don't think it was Shanann who hated Jamie. I think it was the other way around. Paul T has a great idea. Jamie should change her name to JA''MIE. Vicky says, Miss Mensa, have you finally seen the light? Well, Vicky, I'm not sure that you understand where I'm at with this. Plus, I don't think I've ever seen your name in here before. So I guess you might want to give me more detail on your question. Or else watch our last 2 live chats for more information. Turtle Girl says, are you pro Shanann? You do realize, Turtle Girl, or maybe you don't, in the true crime community, and I'm not talking about the scumbag attacker channels who want to sit up there and act like they're little stars for the day, who have been attacking people and bashing people and harming innocent people because they want to try to make money off of a channel, okay? I'm not talking about the scumbags. So they'll say whatever they think their subs want to hear. I'm not talking about the scumbags, okay? This is an actual true crime case discussion, and many of us in this group are actual members of the actual true crime community, not the bullshit Watts crap, okay? And when we discuss true crime cases, we discuss everything. So all the people running around saying, oh, you are bashing a dead woman, they're wrong. And many of them were recruited by the scumbag attackers who like to make harassing phone calls in the middle of the night, thinking it's funny. Or who like to harass our family members, who like to harass our employers. And then they sit up there and say, well, yeah, who, me? I've never harassed anybody, right? We're actually discussing the case, and that includes the fact that a lot of those videos showed a lot of signs of somebody needing help. And on this channel, we're focusing on Bella and Cece first and foremost. The light that I think has been shining brightly lately has been on Christopher Watts' sister's actions. And I do think, based on what we've seen, not only in the last couple of days, but what we've seen in the last 4 months and what I've seen even before that. Because 4 months ago, when Kim came to town, I immediately sent Cindy an email and said, what is going on? I knew damn well it was Jamie, and I said so. Jamie had 3 of her friends at least, and we know of 2 more, okay? Within 24 hours of Christopher Watts actually having a lawyer offer to help him pro bono, within 24 hours, she had 3 plus 2 scumbags, in my opinion, pitch their tents. A couple of them had their tents pitched already. And then 4 months later, she's going to be doing a weekly podcast behind a paywall? Really? Was that decided back in 2018? Has it taken them 2.5 years to figure out how they can get money in their hands that won't be perceived by the ruse as being money raised for Christopher Watts? You do know that Christopher Watts' in-laws have a judgment against him for $6 million. So what's this nonprofit for exactly? So people are paying money for who exactly? But to answer your question, Turtle Girl, I'm pro Bella and Cece. So if you want me to sit here and sing Shanann's praises, probably not going to happen. And I'm definitely not singing CW's praises either. And I'm definitely not singing his sister's praises either. Murphy's Law says that KK has always said that it was Cindy that begged her to set up the YouTube channel. Well, I don't think that's true. I'm not saying that KK hasn't said it. I don't think it was Cindy that begged her to set up the channel. Cindy told me she didn't trust KK at all and she hadn't spoken to her for a couple of years. I think it was Jamie. And Kim said not that long ago, just a few days ago, that it was Jamie who called her and told her it was time for her to have her channel. That's what Kim said in one of her live chats. I highly doubt that Cindy would have begged Kim to do anything because according to Cindy, she didn't trust her, she didn't like her, and Cindy said she was never going to speak to her again. And that was 2 years ago. I think it was Jamie, and Kim even said it was Jamie. But once again, Cindy gets blamed for everything, while Jamie is in the background, probably trying to write her podcast, right? Behind the paywall. Nola Girl says, I feel so heartbroken for Bella and Cece. Curious C says, KK's in it for the money, in my opinion. I think they all are. And I think that the discussion back in 2018, when all these, well, I shouldn't say all these, there were 2 main Facebook groups with all sorts of fake subs in them, fake members, literally thousands of crap profiles, okay? And that's all they were focused on was how can we make some money off of this? I had a little Facebook group. That's what I do with different true crime cases. I have little Facebook groups for each one. I have a little one, Justice for Teresa Hallbeck. I have a little one for Darlie Routier. I have a little one for Betty Broderick, okay? I went ahead when I got back from vacation and I created the little one for the case of Christopher Watts. And boy, oh boy, those 2 main Facebook groups, and we know who had them, we know who the admins were, did their damnedest to destroy that group and to harass and frighten the members. I think even before then, the scumbags were rubbing their grubby little hands together trying to figure out how they could make money off of this case. And I'm sorry to tell you, but they had access to Jamie and to Cindy early on. Money, money, money. That's what they want. Money, money, money. And think about it. A lawyer offered pro bono. And within 24 hours, according to Kim, Jamie contacted her. And remember, Kelly and Shannon, right? And there were a couple of others. All within 24 hours? Just imagine how the phone call must have gone. Oh my God, they found him a lawyer. Hurry. How are we ever going to pull this off if they actually get him a lawyer? Hurry, hurry. And then she's probably saying to her mom and dad, oh, Mama, no. Mama, I don't think we should. Oh, it's just been so difficult and I'm so frightened. I'm just so frightened for my safety. And Mama, I'm worried about you, Mama. You need to just stay off of YouTube. Stay off of Facebook, Mama. I'm just so worried about you. And then, on the phone, Kim, hurry. How soon can you have it up? Yeah, right? Hello. We might be old, but we're not stupid. I know, a little extreme there. LOL, lots of love. Take it a step further. Christopher Watts can't be hauling in any money, can he? So what are they doing? What are they selling over there behind that paywall? Maybe Jamie could do a podcast on how to drive your nutty sister-in-law over the edge. Maybe she could do a Mean Girls 101, how to use the Southern Belle accent to drive your sister-in-law bonkers. And okay, take a look at this. Christopher Watts' wife said that Ronnie has tattoos of the other grandkids, but not of Bella and Cece. Well, I'm not into tattoos myself, but I know a lot of people are. So if he's into tattoos, why didn't he get a tattoo for Bella when she was born? She was almost 5 years old. Why didn't he get a tattoo saying Bella's name? Why didn't he get a tattoo saying Cece's name? He has room on his body. Turtle Girl says, how many members do they have? I don't know. That one channel said that they received an email that had everybody's email addresses. I hope they're more careful with everybody's credit card numbers than they are with email addresses. But, that's a simple question. Okay, all of this time, 2.5 years, we've been discounting her claims, right? Thinking she was conniving and trying to set up whatever post divorce. They couldn't see their grandparents' routine, right? But it is a good question. Why? If you have tattoos of two of your grandchildren, why don't you have tattoos of all four? Shalene is doxing herself now. I'm kidding. I don't even know what doxing means, quite frankly. But she's telling us all that she has tats. Shalena says, having tats myself, I still don't have one of my 5-year-old grandson. Well, get on it, girl. Haven't found the right one yet. I have my tattoo designed and I love it. And I add little hearts for each one, right? And I've had this tattoo designed for, many years. But I just don't know which tattoo artist to trust. And you know how some people react to them? I just put my money on it that I would react to it, right? I'd probably be the one person allergic to tattoo ink. But definitely, if you have a 5-year-old grandson and you have tattoos of all the other kids, hello, you are obviously not allergic to tattoo ink. Little Star says SW was so jealous. She was so easily triggered. I don't fault the Watts. I do believe that she was jealous, and I'm actually believing that Jamie was jealous too. I do believe she was easily triggered, which is why they shouldn't have treated her like shit. And even if they didn't like her, okay, she's the mother of Bella and Cece. So if they didn't like her, whatever. But if they loved Bella and Cece, then they shouldn't be messing with their daughter-in-law, sister-in-law's mind. Catherine says, I'm sick of hearing the poor Watts. Well, Catherine, you won't hear it anymore on this channel, I'll tell you that. I do think there's a possibility that Cindy is naive to what her daughter's been up to, but that's as far as I'll go. That's as generous as I'll be. I think her daughter may well be lying to her. I think her daughter may well be conning her, manipulating her, using her. Because, on one side, she's calling her friend Kim, saying, let's do it. And on the other side, she's saying, Mama, stay off of social media. Yeah, probably doesn't want to hear, she probably doesn't want her mother to hear Kim say that she called her. Lydia says, I wonder how many mugs are going to sign up for JW's website. Well, I hope the Roos are paying attention. I hope they're paying attention, because if they're raising money on Christopher Watt's name, well, I don't know. What do you think? Diana is doxing herself. Hello, I'm watching from the Philippines. Hello, Diana. And no, you're not doxing yourself. I just use that word a lot. Shalina makes a good point. Who wouldn't have been? They were intimidating, and the more she tried, the weaker she looked to JW. Turtle Girl says 6 million is a lot of money. Well, they have the judgment for that amount. I'm just saying, if they're going to be trying to raise money for Christopher Watts, then I think the Roos should pay attention to that. I'll tell you the part that makes me sound kind of pissy about this is there have been many of us who have been under attack by those scumbags. And when I heard Jamie texting during that live chat of the scumbag attackers, and I sat here going, what? She has their phone number? And when I spoke with Jamie, and my gut, seriously, like physical gut tightened, that's what they say when they say, oh, I got a gut feeling. I don't ignore my gut feelings. Sometimes they're right. And I think in this case, it was right. Latina says SW was deeply troubled and flawed. The girls were victims of her psychopathology. Likewise, CW has underlying psychiatric problems. The marriage was toxic. Let me tell you something, too. I have been yelled at, insulted, ridiculed, accused, all sorts of crap, harassed. I have been laughed at and yelled at about what happened when the circus came to town and me saying Jamie's connected, okay? Even as recent as a week ago, I was being laughed at, less than a week ago. Laughed at, ridiculed, insulted. Oh, no, 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 I didn't have anything to do with Jamie. Really? Because Kim just told us it did. And now Jamie's going to be doing a podcast from behind the paywall? Really? Was this planned in October of 2018 when I got the text message from North Carolina threatening me? Is this what those two Facebook groups have been trying to figure out for 2.5 years? How to make money off of this case? Oh, the first thing they have to do is scare people away, right? The first thing they have to do is try to push people away so that the true crimers just get out of their way. Because obviously, when the true crimers are discussing the case, it's glaringly obvious that they don't know the case or how to discuss a true crime case. So we've been putting up with all this shit for 2.5 years, right? Well, little Miss Innocent, bottle blonde, wants to be in the background. She's in the background, all right, pulling everyone else's puppet strings, in my opinion. Truth Bomb. Truth Bomb 2.0 says, has the world started to spin backwards? Miss Mensa is trashing the Watts family? I think you're wrong about Jamie. Yeah, I know. SW wasn't an innocent wilting flower. She was always a viper. Well, I might be right about Jamie, and that wouldn't change whether or not SW was a wilting flower or not, right? Ooh, Lydia. Lydia says the scumbag attackers said they would find her and set her on fire. Well, they threatened me one time that they were going to put my head on a platter, put the platter on the end of a big stick, and then go knock on my mother's door just so they could see the expression on my mother's face when she saw my head on a platter right in front of her. Well, my mother's in heaven, and I highly doubt that any one of the scumbag attackers will ever make it to heaven. Just my guess, since they obviously have this thing with hell going on, right? Called evil. Some of the threats, oh my gosh, it makes you wonder who writes their crap, let me tell you. And 2.5 years later, they still have not found somebody to write their crap messages, their crap comments, who knows how to spell. Did you guys miss the video with a big picture of me and a bloody butcher knife leaning up against it? That was back in early 2019. Did you miss it the day I talked about the scumbag attacker who was parked alongside the road near my home? She lives hundreds of miles away. And then when she got caught, then she filed a police report saying I was harassing her. Talk about psycho. And then she took her copy of her false police report, doctored it up, tried to make it look like it was a warrant for my arrest, and she then passed it around to everyone and said that I was going to be arrested the next day. Yeah, these people are psycho. Each and every one of them. Even the channel creator who sits up there and tries to pretend she isn't, who likes to make calls to my home in the middle of the night using a robo app, 3 calls consecutively in the middle of the night in October of 2020. So while all of this is going on, Jamie's sitting there with her scumbag friends trying to figure out how to create a podcast behind a paywall. Really? And if you have not read the book In Sheep's Clothing, I highly recommend it if you want to understand this discussion. If you have not read the book, what was the other one? People of the Lie, I highly recommend that you get that book and read it if you want to really fully understand this discussion. And while you're at it, get A Woman's Worth also. Because this is what's been happening, in my opinion. I think the Ruseks have been getting gaslighted from the day they met the Watts. I think that their daughter was being gaslighted from the day she met Christopher Watts. And if she wasn't in need of help before she met him, then getting gaslighted for years will push anybody to the point of shaking and crying and calling her mother and saying she's being tag teamed and calling her father and saying, get me the hell out of here now. I think over the last 2.5 years, the Ruseks have been getting gaslighted by the Watts. And I think it's disgusting. I think the Watts have also been gaslighting those of us in the true crime community who have actually been falling for the gaslighting and saying, ah, the poor Watts family. They have been gaslighting us. We've been getting gaslighted right along with the Ruseks by the Watts. And specifically, in my opinion, there's a possibility that Cindy is the one most in the dark. But you know what? That excuse doesn't work anymore because it's her responsibility to not be in the dark. It's her responsibility to question what's going on. It's her responsibility to stand up to her daughter if she needs to. And it's the same with Ronnie. Ronnie's no innocent. If his wife is in the dark, then he needs to turn the light on. I'm looking at your comments. I like the way you guys have full conversations going, and I'm like missing out here. Yes, Paul, definitely. Truth Bomb 2.0 says, why don't you name these people? Because I'm not a scumbag attacker and I'm not engaging with them, and the proper people have been notified. Which is why I was always making it a point to tell people to use initials or to use a different name or whatever. Because it isn't just the criminal side of it either. There's a huge civil side to it too. Christy says to Lydia that they're like the YouTube mafia. They pretend that they are. They pretend that they are. But if you take a look at the number of them and how they repeatedly fail in their mission, I think that word is too strong for them. I'd say more like the Oh, what's a good name for it? Let's see. I don't know. Scumbag attackers is the only name that comes to mind. I think it suits them just fine. And as time goes on, you guys, it's more and more evident they don't know the case. They don't. They'll post their crap and they'll sit there and try to act like they're going through Discovery. They have to use Discovery because they have no clue what they're talking about. Exactly, Kay Cooper. Exactly. And then certain someones think that doesn't have to happen. And then that pisses me off. I just have all these opportunities to be pissed. Yes, you did, Kay Cooper. Thank you. Many people didn't, though. And anytime they didn't, sure enough, it would all start stirring. And, they get off on that, too. They get off on that. How do you think they build their channels? Look at any of these channels. How do they build their channels? Let's hate Miss Mensa. Let's go ahead and sit up here and lie about Miss Mensa. Then we'll get some views. At the same time, they watch our videos to learn about the case. That's kind of the irony of it all. I wonder if the scumbag attackers are reading People of the Lie and In Sheep's Clothing this weekend. DG asks a really good question. So how could the Watts have helped Shanann? If what we're surmising actually took place, they could have helped by not treating her like shit. That would have been a huge help right there. And beyond that, they could have helped by actually being kind and supportive and talking to her, listening to her, being honest with her. But if they didn't do anything at all to help her, simply the absence of treating her like shit would have been a big help. Curious C says it's a good idea to change your YouTube name so it isn't your real name. And what they did when they chose their first 10 of us that they were attacking back, they must have chosen us, I think, back in August or early September it was. Well, probably in August, quite frankly, because they were on the prowl. They chose people like me who have a very public name. One of the people they chose to attack was an actual politician. One was a PhD. When you publish works, then your name's out there. So that's how they do it. They only attack people with actual reputations that are worth protecting. Linda says, I hate to think what the last few weeks of her life was like. And again, you guys, this isn't all or nothing. This isn't one or the other, whatever. I do believe that Christopher Watt's wife needed help. I do believe it. I do believe that she needed help pronto. She said so. She was desperate. Look at that photo of her when she was so desperate. When she said, I can't do this. I can't have 3 kids in Colorado. Right? Paul, they are not threatened by people's opinions. It has nothing to do with opinions. They needed to create scapegoats so that they could pretend that they were somehow fighting for the families. They created fake profiles using our names and our photos, and they posted really nasty stuff. And then they sent screenshots to the families. And that's how they got into the families, saying, we can help you. They had to have scapegoats. That's the only little attack tool they have in their little toolbox. They were attacking me before I even had a YouTube channel. They were attacking me before I even knew they were attacking me. They were attacking me before I even knew my opinion on this case. They carefully selected 10 people that I'm aware of right off the bat, and they've been attacking a lot of people ever since because they want to have total control over the case of Christopher Watts. Otherwise, who would ever watch any of their shit? Nobody. They don't want actual true crimers. Kay Cooper makes a really good point. There were too many people in that marriage. Very true. Very true. When I saw the posts of Christopher Watt's wife sending her friend a text that she was sending to him, and saying, what do you think? It's like, what? Are we in high school? Yes, Paul, very coordinated, and it continues to be. And I also continue to receive offers from online reputation management companies wanting to charge me thousands of dollars to help clean up what the scumbag attackers have posted. Lydia says they don't want the case to be resolved as their cash cow won't get milked any more money. Vicky says nothing wrong with having a moment of being overwhelmed. I think that both Cindy and Jamie knew that she was overwhelmed. And I actually believe Christopher Watt's mother-in-law's letter. I believe that Jamie did set a bowl of nuts out to torment her. And I'm telling you, this is, to me, very eye-opening to see the behavior in the last 4 months and especially in the last few days. Very eye-opening and very disgusting. Christopher Watt's wife needed help. She didn't need a sister-in-law trying to push her over the edge. And all of us didn't need to be gaslighted for the last 2.5 years. And the Ruseks didn't need to be gaslighted. As many people from other countries that have been supportive of the Ruseks, right, with their profiles from Australia, right? For the most part, in the discussion groups, in the true crime community, there have been a lot of people saying, And I'll tell you why, because every one of us, each and every one of us has been gaslighted by the Watts. And that's why I'm saying read those books, People of the Lie and In Sheep's Clothing. It'll help you understand what I'm saying. Well, Lavina, I don't know if you were here when in the other chat when I told about how I posted a photo that Cindy had sent me on a video, and it was seconds later. She was on the phone, absolutely upset. Oh my gosh, so upset. Oh, you have to take it down right away. Take it down. Oh, Jamie's so upset. Oh, Jamie's so. Ooh. Okay, really? Poor Jamie? It was a photo that other people were using. I took it down immediately because, I was being gaslighted really well. So, of course, I took it down immediately. The question begs, how the hell did Jamie know that it was up there 3 seconds after it was uploaded? I'll tell you how. Because while she's telling her mother to stay off of social media, she evidently is all over social media. And it's okay to post all sorts of pictures, but not of Jamie, right? Exactly, Juicy Jules. Exactly. Lydia says every cent made by anyone from this tragedy should go toward helping protect vulnerable children. I disagree. Unless you want Netflix to turn over every penny they make. Unless you want to, I guess tell ABC, NBC, 2020, whoever, I don't know. Every newspaper, every reporter, Dr. Phil, HLN, thank you, Paul. Oh, is DG saying we're flip-flopping? I see K. Cooper saying, DG, we have never flip-flopped. We just learned, grew, and realized certain things. Hold on, DG. I see your last comment, but I want to find your flip-flop comment. Okay, here we go. DG, the flip-flopping on this channel has made that feeling in my stomach. You know, the one that you said you got. Well, there's no flip-flopping on this channel, DG, so. Okay, here's the more recent one. How could they have treated her differently for this tragedy to not have happened? Please enlighten me. They could have treated her nicely. They could have been nice. Lydia says, Nola girl, watch some of the videos again, especially the one where she makes hungry Bella cry for a pro bar. She is absolutely wild-eyed in that one especially. Lydia says, yes, Netflix and company especially. Judy says, looking back, it was the rejection of the pro bono lawyer that made me think, what is going on? That is the day that I said, whoa, 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 wait a minute here. And no kidding, I had other people telling me that I was wrong, right? Well, no, I wasn't wrong. It just, I guess, took 4 months for more of the truth to come out, right? And I remember when I said that, and people are like, what? You think, really? No. And I'm like, yep. Christy says, I'm the onion cleaning one too. Nola girl says, Lydia Rose, yes, that video is terrible. Shalina says, DG, that's the point. They wouldn't have. Grace says, humanely. Exactly. Like, you don't even have to be nice. Just don't be evil. Nola girl says, DG, not put a wedge in the marriage. Daisy Day says they all knew that marriage was over. They didn't need to kick her while she's down. And again, if they didn't like her, whatever. But she was Bella and Cece's mother. So if they cared about Bella and Cece, sure seems to me they wouldn't be playing with her Bella and Cece's mother's mind. Nola Girl missed out on the onion cleaning one. I don't know if that one's still up there either. Good luck finding that one. Lavina says, yes, why reject a pro bono lawyer? Someone actually qualified to help. Yes, somebody licensed and qualified to help. And within 24 hours, according to Kim, Jamie called her and said it was time to do the channel. DG says, all opinions welcome here. Christy says, Nola Girl, it's actually oven cleaning. She just couldn't get her words out right. Nola Girl says, sorry, I meant Christy. Shalina says, DG, you invited the opinions. Hi, Marie. Marie says, hi, everyone. Nola Girl says, oh, okay, I'll look for it. Kay Cooper says, I'm confused, y'all. She always has to do that, y'all. It's so cute. What happened with that bowl of nuts? I missed that whole part. According to Christopher Watt's wife, Jamie put a bowl of nuts on the counter within reach of the girls when she was there, right before the nut meltdown. Christy says, yep, it is still there. I watched a few days ago. Okay, good. Sunflower seeds. Wow, Miss Mensa, you've done a complete 180. Who pissed you off? No, I haven't, sunflower seeds. I have not done a complete 180 at all. Marie says, sorry, I'm late. Playing catch up. Favorite channel. Brooks says, I put lots of effort into loving and supporting my Dill as a gesture of loving and supporting my son. If he loves her, I will make a special effort to keep the peace. And if you have grandchildren, then obviously, Brooks, you're not going to be poking and prodding and trying to push her over the edge. Shalini says, oh no, Nutgate. Nola Girl says, a 360, LOL. Lots of love, love. MM. You guys are fun. Oh, Lydia, I missed this comment. I didn't see this one. Lydia says, I think SW also had substance alcohol abuse issues, even though she was pregnant. I do agree with you because there were a lot of photos. In fact, maybe I can find it. Let me see here. Bear with me. I'll see if I can find it. I did a video a long time ago. It was called Drink Much, I think. If I can find it, I'll try to add it to the chat. Let's see. Oh, maybe I can find it. Yep, okay. Hold on here. I found it. So let's see. What's the path to it? This PC. Okay. I'm going to try to add a video. Bear with me. Share video. This PC. Hold on here. Okay, I just opened the video, but I don't know if it went on the screen, did it? Oh crap. No, it didn't. Open. Oh, it worked. It worked. I think it worked. It worked. Did you guys see it? Okay, hold on. I gotta take this comment down so I can see the arrow thingy. Can you guys hear me? Somebody tell me if you can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you, Juicy Jules. Okay, here is a video that I did a long time ago. You can tell because it's in the old PowerPoint format. Before I discovered the cool red and white ones, right? So this video was seriously a long time ago. I'm talking probably 2 years ago. So let's see. It's titled Drink Much? The Case of Christopher Watts. Let's see if I'll see if you guys can hear it. Wait, maybe? Let's see. How do I do it with that? I don't know. I have no idea how to make the noise work or make the sound the noise. Oh wait, maybe this is it. No. I don't know what to tell you. I'll just go ahead and talk because the last time I tried to do sound it didn't work anyway. It's okay. It's called Drink Much, the Case of Christopher Watts. And it says, her friend said there was, quote, no way Shanann would drink alcohol while she was pregnant, end quote. She said that Shanann was not much of a drinker anyway. I'm going to wait for it to advance on its own because whenever I try to move it ahead, then I go too far. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, let's see. It says, oops, hold on. It says, one of her friends posted on September 29th of 2017, September 29th of 2017, her friend posted, Shanann, you need this. And it says coffee before wine. And that says July 29th of 2017. It says drink wine. It isn't good to keep things bottled up. New stainless steel wine cup. Going fast, get yours now. Share and comment with friends. I like wine, love wine. I'm drinking wine. I'm out of wine. And it's an ad basically for these cool little wine cups. And then she says, love this. And is that wine? Okay, this is where she says, love this. And is that wine? And then she says, yummy. Okay, this is, let's go back to that comment that her friend made. She said, wait, she said that no way Shanann would drink alcohol while she was pregnant. She said that Shanann was not much of a drinker anyway. Okay, so let's go back to that other part. So there's the little cups that she should get. And oh, is that wine? Yummy. Okay. Now this one says, this one was November 24th of 2014. And she says, ha 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 ha, Monday funnies. And the cartoon says, if Target had a bar, my life would be perfect. This one says, oops. This one says, what date? Let's see, Dallas, Texas, May 5th of 2017. I had the absolute pleasure of finally meeting this amazing lady in Dallas. I thought was amazing via Facebook, but let me tell you, even more incredible in person. She came up to me while I was having a great time during the cocktail party. I love you more now. And then so-and-so is so lucky to see you every day. Okay, so we have, oh, is that wine? Yummy. And we have cocktail parties. But no, she wasn't that much of a drinker anyway, right? According to the friend. Now this one says, January 10th, and it doesn't have the year on it. It says Scottsdale, Arizona. Happy birthday, gorgeous. We came to the last restaurant we three ate at with you. Oh, so this was on her birthday after the tragedy, and then her friends posted this. We ordered your lemon drop drink, your shrimp pasta, and the cream brulee cheesecake. This really sucks, but we're sitting here talking about you, crying, laughing as we recalled memories with you. So they ordered the lemon drop drink that she liked so much. Does that make you wonder if maybe she had lemon drop drinks when they were there last time? Okay, what's this one say? This one says, May 1st, 2016. Christopher Watt's wife posted, when dinner calls for wine and you drink more than you use to cook. Okay, but she wasn't much of a drinker. She wasn't much of a drinker anyway. What does this one say? This one says it's the same thing, but this one says October 31st, 2012. October 21st, or October 31st, 2012. Just got some wine and beer so we can go back to the room and finish getting ready. Huh. So this would have been right before the wedding. But she wasn't much of a drinker. Okay, let's see what this one says. This one says June 24th, 2018. June 24th, 2018, day 2 in San Diego with my blank, blank, blank. We hit up the blank, blank, blank and the blank, blank, blank cocktail party to support our troops. Okay, that's cool. But she wasn't a drinker. No, she wasn't a drinker. And this one says, February 3rd, 2017, we are live at the cocktail party. But she wasn't much of a drinker. And this one says, let me see if I missed one, because I'm not that great with moving this thing ahead. Yeah, I missed one. Okay, I'll let it go on its own here. Oh, Paul's getting cute in the chat, huh? And DG wants attention. Okay, I'll run through a few of these here. Paul, you're funny. Curious C says that, oops, you can't see it, can ya? Nope. Curious C says CW said they always had wine in the house. Shalina said lemon drop, yummy. Paul said MM has been replaced by an imposter. WDUC was right all along. The case is a psyop. Marie says lemon drops make me go, not or do you mean Juicy Jewel says lemon drops are strong. DG says, okay, then we have to treat everybody nicely so nobody will kill anyone again. DG, seriously, come on. You get what I'm saying, don't you? They didn't even have to be nice to her. Just don't be mean to her, that's all. If you know that somebody in your family has an issue, then don't poke and prod them and try to push them over the edge. Daisy Day says, Paul T, laugh, laugh, laugh. Shalina says, lemon, 4 parts, 4 parts vodka, 1 part lemon. Are you kidding me? Seriously? 4 parts vodka, 1 part lemon? Why don't they just call it vodka? Christy says, I'm not sure what Christy's saying to Paul. Marie says, for someone not much of a drinker, I've heard SW mention alcohol a lot. Red Shoes says, Juicy Jules, is it my imagination or has Colorado got a really high murder rate? Looks stunning, but people lose it. I don't know. Lydia says, Paul, can we please have the real MM back? Kay Cooper says, Miller Girl, do you think SW really didn't drink? In what? NO? Or North Carolina? Or do you mean that weekend? Juicy Jules, yes, tons. Oops, I scrolled up too fast. Diane says, love lemon juice. Oh, yeah, Marie. I've got that picture in this video too, I think. Marie says both drinks were Chris's. When that gate happened, Private Pirate says, when that gate happened, did the Watts know the marriage was over yet? If CW had told them, they may have been motivated to add fuel to the fire. Shalina says, lemon drop, hence drop. Oh, New Orleans? Oh, duh. Okay, I should have known that, Kay Cooper. Hi, PJ. PJ says, hi, all. Marie says, poor Miss Mensa, going to read out my last typo-ridden post. LOL, lots of love. She just read it correct. Thank you. Okay, let's see what this one says now. And Paul, behave while I'm reading this. Okay, just behave. You too, DG, behave. Okay, let's see what this one says. This one says, oh, wait, I think I went one too far. Hold on. Nope, I didn't. So this one, I don't know the date, says, Christopher Watt's wife says, I'm definitely not sharing my bottle. Somebody else says, drink up. Oops, hold on. It's advancing without me here. Come on, back up. Okay. Somebody else says, drink up. And somebody else says, I bring my own and 1 extra for you. And Christopher Watt's wife said, LOL, deal. I will share second with you. That comment had 2 likes. Remember how we're always talking about how we're told she had such a big following? That comment had 2 likes. Can you see my little arrow? 2 likes. She says she will share her second bottle with her friend. Okay, now let's see what the next one is. The next one says, oh, it's a memorial one. and they're commenting. And it says she'd be proud of how you guys are remembering her, have a few drinks in her name. And then they said, we are. And then they said the lemon drop shot pick were for her. And then it says, the first time we meet, we drink a lemon drop for her too. Does that sound like somebody who doesn't drink much? Right? Let's see what the next one says. It isn't moving forward. There we go. Okay, this was a purse that she thought was really cool. She posted it with the comment, quote, say no more. It's a purse that holds a full wine bottle, and then it has a little dispenser thing that you can pour your glass of wine right out from the bottom of your purse. Yep, she wasn't much of a drinker at all. What's this one say? Let's see. This one says May 10th, or actually it's posted May 4th, 2011. May 4th, 2011. And she writes, May 10th at 6 p.m., I will be at Blackfin for a cocktail party for World Lupus Day. Everyone's welcome. It will be fun, and I am sure everyone will need a cocktail to hold them off to the weekend. Yeah, she wasn't much of a drinker. Nope, she wasn't much of a drinker. Are you guys getting bored with this yet or no? This is the thing from the this is Elaine, and evidently, the joke is Amazon will soon deliver wine to your door in 1 hour. So she posted, yes, please, on August 31st of 2017. And let's see, what's the date on this one? I don't see the date. But they've got their drinks in their hands. And actually, I read in that stuff from one of the MLMs that they're not supposed to be posting pictures with drinks at those get-togethers. This is November 22nd. Let me see here. Hold on. November 22nd of 2016. Quote, off to have some wine and cheese with friends. This was way back in, when was it? Was it 2009? It says December 31st of 2009. Got a bottle of wine for my grandma and I to bring in the new year. We deserve it. I thought that was interesting because that's when she bought the house and she was spending New Year's Eve with her grandmother. I wonder if her grandmother lived with her in the house. I don't know. But, she wasn't much of a drinker. This one says, it says, okay, well then, meet me at a bar. I need a glass of wine. Interesting. Very interesting. But she wasn't much of a drinker. sunshine and it looks like a mixed drink. Oh, sunshine and it looks like a mixed drink. Sunshine and it looks like a mixed drink. And you know what? I read that in the MLM thing. There we are again. Oh, there's another drink. I read in one of those MLM things they're not supposed to be taking pictures with booze. Oh, there's another drink. But she wasn't much of a drinker. Let's see what this one says. Okay, this says December 3rd of 2017. Hey, wine drinking friends. Last year, my friend Samantha this and received over 54 bottles of wine. I posted videos and pictures so everyone could see. You don't have to participate, and it's only for fun between friends and family. It's a holiday wine exchange. Let's create some positivity leading up to Christmas. Anyone interested in a holiday wine bottle exchange? It doesn't matter where you live, you are welcome to join. I need a minimum of 6 or preferably up to 36 wine lovers to participate in a secret wine bottle exchange. So what's the significance of this? Does anyone know? What do you think of when you hear this? That in December of 2017 she was looking for 36 friends to take part in a wine bottle exchange. But remember, she wasn't much of a drinker. Does anything stand out to you guys? Oh, do we have a little trouble in chat? Okay, Cosmic, I think we already said that we're not doing a 180, right? And remember, one of our rules on this channel is that we offer our own opinions. We don't focus on somebody else's opinion, right? So we're interested in hearing your opinion, Cosmic, about the case. I'm reading the comments, you guys. That's why I'm sitting here quiet. Cosmic, before you get too judgmental in our chat, why don't you go ahead and go watch the last couple of live chats? And then if you have the time and the inclination, go ahead and read In Sheep's Clothing and also People of the Lie and also A Woman's Worth. Marie says this is the only stable channel. Isn't that sad? 'Cause Cecilia says she will always see the Watts as victims. If you see Cindy Watts as a victim, then you should probably hope that she maybe questions her daughter a little bit better. Okay. So this one on the screen is the one from the Holiday Wine Exchange. What is significant about this one? Mo Girl says, I've missed the last few live chats. Need to catch up. Yes, Mo Girl. The last couple of live chats have, well, they were pretty dynamic. If you don't see the other live chats, you will be confused. Shalina says the only victims are no longer here. I agree with that. Curious C says MM is not flip-flopping. We are discussing the case and all angles. Lavina says, thank you, Lavina. She's answering the question. It was their last Christmas, and Sandy says multi-level marketing. Both of you are right. It was the month that she stopped making the house payment. But she wanted to find 36 people to do the wine exchange, but she wasn't much of a drinker. There's another drink. And I saw it with my own eyes. The rule is you're not supposed to be taking pictures like that. But of course, the rule is you're not supposed to be making claims about health issues and stuff either, right? This says, now this is a cocktail party, April of 2017. Shalina wants a lemon drop. Sandy is already drunk. I'm kidding, Sandy. Oh, look at there. See it up there? Can you see a little arrow? When I point at stuff, can you see it? Oh, Nola Girl wants a lemon drop too. Uh-oh, we're creating alkies here. Shalina says, LOL, lots of love. What do we have here? Scientists find drinking wine is better than going to the gym. September 2014. Nope, she wasn't very much of a drink. No, she wasn't a drinker. Not much of one. What's this say? A friend says, can I drink wine or vodka? She says, a Santa Margarita wine and Grey Goose vodka. The friend says, I'm in. There's some more drinks. This is the one about the funny ad showing a faucet, red wine, white wine. She says, by the way, not to worry, the left handle does white wine. 2013, August of 2013. And then, oops, did it go back to the, it went back to the beginning. Ah, see how that works? Okay, we saw that one, right? We saw that one. Another cocktail party. Another cocktail party. Wine in the pantry. Buffering. I don't know if you guys can see the buffering, but I can. Okay, what does this say? Oh, I already read that. Okay. We saw this one. We saw this one, but she wasn't much of a drinker. Okay, what does this one say? Oh, they're talking about the faucet thing. And she says, great idea. Should be attached to the fridge so it stays cool for white wine. Thursday night, wine and snacks. Who's coming? Wait a minute. What's the date on this? That is what it says. I just double checked. I've made it really, really big. Do you guys see the date on that? July of 2018. Thursday night, wine and snacks. Who's coming? Oh, this is interesting. And look at that, one like. Remember, she had a super big following, right? Yes, PJ, July 17 of 2018. Wine and snacks. Who's coming? Now take a look at this one. It says May 18 of 2013. Happy birthday, love. Hope you are having a good time in my neck of the woods. Love ya. Drinks when you get home. Drinks when you get home. May of 2013. Does anyone know what's significant about that date? May of 2013? When was Bella born? I'll answer the question. December of 2013. But she wasn't much of a drinker, according to her friend. Oh, there's another event. Drinks in the hand. Mo Girl, yes. Mo Girl got it. She was pregnant with Bella. Oh no, went back to the beginning again. I do that every time. Sorry. Let's see. We saw that one. We saw that one. Oh, I bet it was over. Okay, there's that one. Now I'll just let it run without me touching it. So I think this is the last picture right here of this video. but I'm not touching it just to make sure because it should go back to the beginning thing if it is. Evidently not. It'll stay on this one. So yeah, interesting, isn't it? May of 2013, May to December, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So she was 2 months pregnant. Three months pregnant, PJ said. Is it your birthday too, Turquoise? Seriously? Lydia, I agree with you about the nail job. Those were like 3 or 4 years after that little trend came and went. Curious, see, I was curious about that also. And counting, I think, to 33 or something. I was like, really? And she said that was the highest that she had ever heard her count. And then you hear some people saying that the girls were in Montessori. It's like, I don't think so. I'm not sure if Turquoise was being serious. Oh, it is your birthday, Turquoise? Well, happy birthday. You're number 3. We have 3 birthdays, 3 Pisces celebrating their birthday today. Happy birthday. I do think that it was a daycare center. I don't think it was necessarily a school. I know a lot of people call their children's daycare center school, but I think probably not. Oh, that's right, Shalina. Somebody was going to free. I think it was Real Justice, I think is the name of the channel. Marie says that she's worked with kids all of her life. Bella was way, way behind, couldn't complete a 3-word sentence. It was sad. The verbal skills were, I thought, maybe partially inhibited, maybe by what did you call it? She was hesitant, right? Hesitant to communicate. But I think that also, I think Christopher Watts and his wife both had a limited vocabulary. Yeah, PJ, I think it's Real Justice, said that she was freeing Christopher Watts tonight with reasonable doubt. Right. Shalina, Shalina's saying that she being Real Justice said they had the stuff to unravel the case. Latina, LOL means lots of love. And BOB means bitches on board. Paul, exactly. What do you like mean like like I don't know. Lydia said that she said I hated it when she had them dug into Cece's little face. And isn't that kind of eerie how she was talking about Cece's injury and then that was the same injury that Bella had in the autopsy? Oh, is it Mother's Day in the UK? Very cool. And Ireland too. Happy Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, the poor queen. The poor queen, let me tell you. I bet the queen is like just absolutely beside herself with the recent developments. Here's the link to that one channel. This guy does a really good series of videos on the Harkles. Did you guys hear that? How the Harkles are saying how, upsetting it was because they were told that the child would not have a title. Or, no, I'm sorry, would not be a prince. And how, they're basically inferring that it would have been because of the race, right? Which is BS. Hello, let's call out the BS. I'm sitting here talking about the Harkles, and you guys are talking about the Mother's Day. Sometimes I get the feeling like I'm talking to myself. Lydia is talking about the photos of Bella that showed her bony shoulder blades and those bruises on her arms. I know it. I feel so sorry for poor little Bella. Red Shoe says that she thinks that Queenie will be just fine, but it must be heartbreaking for her because she really, I think, has like a special. Um, isn't isn't Harry like one of her little favorites? I bet her heart's broken. Just my opinion, but I think William and Kate, through all of it, I think are appearing more and more like royalty. And I think that they were trying for the opposite effect, but I don't think it worked. Turquoise, we're talking about the recent interview, the allegations that were made. Aw, Kathy Joe, that is a sad one. That's a sad one. Curious See, that's one of the most disturbing ones when she said, "Do you need a haircut?" when Bella was fussy. She's like, "Do you need a haircut?" Shalina says that Real Justice hasn't done it yet. So Real Justice hasn't busted him out yet, huh? Curious C says the Queen is a very strong woman. She has been through so much with such grace. I love her written responses too. She's always so classy with her written responses to, you know, any of the allegations. Oh, good. Kathy Joe's here to report. Tell us, Kathy Joe. We're all ears. Shalina says, showed video of neighbor Nate footage trying to say it's fake. Well, it might be, but I don't know how that's going to, you know, make any difference. And I don't know if it's fake, but it might have been like parts of it, right? Didn't they let Nate himself turn in the video? So I don't think they got the entire video. I think they just took whatever he sent them, right? Marie said Bella getting all those hair clips. That was a really sad one. You could tell by Bella's facial expressions that she was kind of like, oh, brother. Kathy Joe says it's the same video we've all seen, but she does have a lot of information in the comments. Cool. Oh, but here she is. Real Justice says, I feel sorry for CW. He was illegally sentenced. He is in a prison cell right now with no toilet seat on the toilet. Why was he illegally sentenced? Why do you say that? Yes, Maria, it was heartbreaking. She sat there, remember when she wanted to hug the barrettes instead of having one in her hair? Okay, let's see. Real Justice said, court case common law to prove CW plea agreement is illegal coming soon. Kathy, what? Court case common law to prove CW plea agreement is illegal coming soon. How is his plea agreement illegal? I thought the judge did an excellent job of putting everything right on the record. Paul says, let's do a GoFundMe for a toilet seat. Mo Girl says, CW did not get due process of the law. Actually, I think he did. Sorry, but I do. Lavina says, he pleaded guilty to murdering 3 people and an unborn baby. How is his plea illegal? Nola Girl says, CW signed his life away. He's never getting out. Daisy Days is laughing, and so are Shalina and Judy at Paul's comment. Oh, here we go. Okay. Real Justice says Nate's video is RELL. The cops' videos in the discovery of someone walking out of the garage is fake. Oh, aha. Interesting. Lydia says H&M. I call them woke and joke. Made a lot of unsubstantiated claims against the Queen and the British people. Petitions have started to have them stripped of all titles and privileges. And I'm surprised that it's taken this long. Mo Girl says 90 days solitary. Last I heard it was 45 days. Real Justice says Lavina, no one can be sentenced to 2 first-degree murder life sentences for killing one person. Well, let's just say then that there's some sort of post-sentencing adjustment and they sentence him to life in prison for 1 first-degree murder, right? Real Justice says that the judge was an amateur and will get CW off forever. I disagree completely. I think the judge was very professional, and you could tell he had good experience. Judy Brown asks if you're a lawyer, Real Justice, but please don't answer it because we don't dox ourselves. And I know it's not the real definition of dox. DG says, wow, a lot of, I think that's a little turd. Shalina says, I hope so. Lavina says, so why did he admit to killing them all? He did that. They didn't do it to him. Marie says, but 7 weeks in North Carolina, Bella gets to come home with little pigtails. If this murder didn't happen, I bet her hair would have been cut within the first 2 weeks home. They sure looked healthy in North Carolina in those pictures, didn't they? Shalina says, Doxy is a dog. Lavina says, no, it was a birthday cake. Oh, wow. Lots of love. I thought it was a pile of shit. I don't even know how to do emojis. Obviously, or I might have recognized it. I have figured it out a couple of times. Real Justice says, Lavina, that doesn't matter at this point. Illegal sentences are heard under 35C. His sentence is illegal for the reason I already stated or said. And this means his plea agreement is automatically illegal too. No, it doesn't. Does it? I don't think so, Real Justice. If there's a problem at all with sentencing, it doesn't throw everything out. Just the problem, I think, would be addressed, right? Bling is the new black says, why did the neighbors video not what? Oh, why didn't the video show her being dropped off? That's a very good question, isn't it? Real Justice, Mensa, Tammy Lee already admitted CW wasn't guilty of first-degree murder. Okay. For Shanann. Okay. Curious C, you missed it earlier. Someone was correcting you on LOL. LOL. Lots of love. Lots of love. I know it. I love it when they correct me. I saw it, Curious C, and I also said, and BOB means bitches on board. Marie says, I have to get off the hair topic. LOL, lots of love. 24 later, Marie's still commenting on Bella's hair. LOL, lots of love. Lavina says it is extremely difficult to get a sentence overturned. Real Justice says, no, Mensa. Judge was a dork. I'm an expert. Judge also said Shan's first degree was consecutive to count 2 Bella, but not count 3 Cece. I guess, like, how many life sentences do you think he should have? I don't know. I mean, for the disposal of the bodies, isn't that like 48 years or 36 years or something? Shalina says, how is grandma? I think she means the queen, but I'm not sure. Shalina says, dork expert with a smile. Real Justice, do you think he's going to get some sort of post sentencing relief? I don't. Oh, I totally missed that, Shalina. Totally missed it. Good eye, good memory. How was Grandma? Grandma's not doing very well. LOL. Oh, that's funny. I think it was like 12 years each, Marie. I'm not sure. And I don't know if it was just tampering. I'm not sure. Real Justice says sometimes, Mensa, the court will just lop off the illegal part, but that can't happen here because the sentence is so messed up. I don't think the sentence was that messed up. I don't think it was messed up at all. I think the judge did an excellent job of putting everything on the record that needed to be put on the record. And here's the other thing. They don't have very much time between now and November if they're going to file something. So it really makes you wonder why 4.5 months ago that his sister thought it was such a great idea to call Kim, according to Kim, and to say, hey, we need to get that channel going. Lavina says, I would bet money that Chris will never get out. I would too, Lavina. 4.5 months ago, I think he may have had the possibility of having some sort of post-sentencing relief. But I think with the circus and with the BS that's been happening in the last 4.5 months, right when help became available, pro bono, I think it pretty much shows us that it could be maybe he doesn't want help. I mean, Ronnie and Lana can travel wherever they want to travel, but it's up to Christopher Watts to want to be helped. And from the looks of things, he likes writing letters to a whole bunch of people and trying to act like he understands the Bible. And what is it that they always say about him? And talking in code. I think, time is up for him to be talking in code. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time for Christopher Watts to be truthful about what the hell happened. I think it's time for all of them to be truthful. I think it was time for them to be truthful 2.5 years ago. Latina says that in all of my 30 years of practicing, I have never known a child qualifying for disability, et cetera, et cetera. Some states are different, Latina, because there are a lot of areas where people have their children on disability for asthma, for ADHD, for who knows what else. And I think that's why she was trying so hard to convince the world that they had familial Mediterranean fever. Real Justice says, no, Mensa, I already explained it. 5 life sentences for killing 3 is illegal. Shan's first degree consecutive to count 2, but not count 3. Okay, so let's say that the sentencing is wrong. At the end of the day, what do you think would be accomplished if the sentencing is wrong? Which I'm just, asking, I guess, do you think because you think the sentencing is wrong, that's going to make a difference on whether or not he spends the rest of his life behind bars? Lydia says Bella was a sensitive little soul, distraught about getting that whipped cream in her hair. That was the video where her mother actually made her cry. Remember that? Hey Brenda, how you doing? We have 3 birthday girls here tonight, and it's Mother's Day in the UK and Ireland. Nola Girl says that Bella was a very sensitive child. She watched over Cece also. You guys are cute. Do you think that she never got out of the car, or do you think that maybe she had actually maybe been drinking? Okay, you guys, I just put the link in for the video on the channel because the next live chat that I do will probably be on the other channel, the link I just put in. So let's see how many of you guys have clicked on it. We have 44. So we're still missing some of you guys. Because if you're not clicked on it, you'll never find it. It's hard to find, which is really too bad. The person who's so hell-bent on trying to tear down my channel is so mistaken, insisting that I'm monetized. What a jerk, let me tell you. I'm sorry, what a jerk. Yeah, do whatever the thingy is so that good. Do whatever you do so that you get notified. If I knew how, I'd try to do a separate new one now just to see if it works. That's the part that really just pisses me off, because the whole idea of trying to get the channel torn down, right, is I don't know how it all works, but it's all about algorithms and stuff. So, and this person supposedly cares about the truth and figuring out the case and everything. But, it's a lot easier to try to hate Mensa and try to fight instead of giving a crap. I was wondering about that because the thing isn't lighting up as much. So I wondered if the signal was kind of getting bad. Real Justice says that they must give him a chance to withdraw his plea agreement. Well, I wonder what he would do. I wonder if he would withdraw his plea agreement if he could. Marie is using the bathroom. I love how you guys dox yourselves. Real Justice says if he withdraws his plea, if he's able to, right? And I think the reasonable doubt, just my opinion, Real Justice, I think we could probably list off about 100 things that would provide reasonable doubt. Probably more than 100. That's what we should do on the next live chat. In fact, I have an old video called Reasonable Doubt. I could dig around and find that one. um, Real Justice, you make a good point here. I typically say if 100,000 people are free to sign a petition to say that they believe that Stephen Avery is innocent, then we sure as hell can talk about this case and have our own opinions about what happened the night that poor little Bella and Cece were murdered in what should have been the safety of their own home. Kathy Joe says, we can all start channels and you can take turns being the special guest. That's what we'll do, Kathy Joe. That's what we'll do. And then they can shut all of you down one at a time, right? We'll just keep on popping up like whack-a-mole, It's probably just as well with all this new information. It's like, yeah, we're kind of, you know, going around the bend a little bit here, aren't we? Shalina says she'll do a channel as long as she doesn't go on panel. Joshua says, I've been doxxed along with my younger sister. I'll tell you, the number of people who have been doxxed, oh my gosh. The scumbag attackers are not the brightest bunch, okay? They're just not the brightest bunch. They're doxing people with my married last name, saying they're my cousins, right? Um, uh-oh, Miss Mensah's starting to yawn and it's only 10 o'clock. I had too much fun yesterday. Exactly, bling is the new black. And why didn't we ever see any videos of the airport, too? I mean, her friend said she didn't really drink much, right? She wasn't really a drinker, I think is what she said. She wasn't really a drinker. She just evidently liked to hold mixed drinks and have her photo taken. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's like the fifth yawn. I know, Curious C, right? Curious C says, uh-oh, soon we will hear MM snore. LOL, lots of love. Yes, Lavina, exactly. Well, Marie, it's still up. I went to take it down because I was like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. And when I listened to it, I just cracked up laughing. And I was laughing so hard, I thought, I'm leaving that up. We'll give everyone a really good laugh. It was funny. What was really funny were your comments at the time, in the chat. The comments were hilarious. Paula's here, PJ, and Danielle has a new name, but I won't tell you who. I don't want anyone to be like, not you, but you know what I'm saying. But Danielle was in here under her alias, and Paula was here. Today's Paula's birthday. Okay. I'm still yawning. I better go ahead and say goodnight to you guys because I really don't want to start falling asleep during a live chat. That'd be silly. Yes, happy birthday to our birthday girls. And happy Mother's Day to all of our friends in the UK and in Ireland. Now I'm yawning more, just a little. I'm being quiet when I yawn. Lisa, you just got here. Dang, we're just saying goodnight. Oh, okay. So happy Mother's Day and happy birthday. Everyone have a great night. Have a great rest of the weekend. And definitely don't forget to click on this link here. I'm going to put it in here really quick. Again, here we go. I got the right one this time. Definitely click on that because the next one I'm going to try to do it from that one. I still haven't heard back from YouTube, so. So good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Grandma. Everyone have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.